Okay, so we're off for yet another wizard session. And of course, it just occurred to me with this new recorder that I'm using that I could, if I wanted to, just pick out the blackjack screen here. But then I'm thinking what I'm going to do from now on, if I put up any more videos onto YouTube, is I'm just going to use this to drop in the blackjack apprenticeship cheat sheet, so that people who want to have a constant kind of way of checking what they should do, or whether I'm doing it right, can see what the rules are. There are a couple of differences between me and blackjack apprenticeship, but they're not huge. I mean, I hate splitting eights, but I've learned to live with that. I hate splitting eights against nine or more, but I've just learned to suck it up, so to speak. And this is a perfect example. They don't recommend doubling down eight against five or six. I completely disagree. I think it's a perfect double down opportunity. And that time I was proved right. Another time I'd be proved wrong, of course. Also, they like to split fours against five and six. And I can see the sense of that in that very often you'll end up with an increased opportunity if you might catch a sort of a five or a six or a seven against one of your fours, and you've got another double down. But I don't know about that. I mean, that's fair dues. We can just agree to disagree on that score. Um, that didn't work, did it? So that's 51 second. That's a double. Well, that was nice. So we'll go back to the min. Double for the loss. Yeah, I was thinking about um, sort of kind of putting together a whole stretch, a whole sort of video on all the dumb mistakes that the professionals make. And then I thought, you know what? That's not my audience, I don't think. I mean, the people, the hundreds of thousands of people, I think right now it's up above, for the group that I'm monitoring right now, it's up above 3.3 million combined. And obviously, a lot of those are people who, like me, subscribe to all of them. But I would imagine, what was that? I think that's a repeat. I'm not sure. Okay, back to the men. But I'm not going to do that. I might throw in an egregious one here and there. But I mean, you just see such ridiculous daftness on the part of these people, and you've got to think it's deliberate. I mean, they can't be that stupid, surely. I mean, are they? Double for the loss, or was that? Did I double down there? Maybe I did. I don't know. Didn't notice. That's a double for the push. So that's 3-4 third, isn't it? Oh, here we go. All right, so that's nasty. That's 11-8 drop. Well, that was mean. Yeah. Okay, we better call that 12-8, I think. Here we go. Look at that. That would have given us 21. Ooh, that's what we needed. We need the dealer to bust when it's optimum. And that was certainly one of those. I must admit I'm much more relaxed with this recorder because it really is a step up. And it doesn't make any difference to you guys. I'm sorry, I know that. But it certainly does to me. That's a repeat, I think. Minimum. Double for the loss. 1-2 third. repeat. Three, two, drop. This is the one. I hate these. Less so now, though. So it's 4-2, isn't it? Because we had a couple of losses in there. Now it's 2-3. I mean, the point of all this is you have to have a relationship between the amount that you're in the hole and the amount you're putting out on the table. And this is the big mistake that these so-called professionals make all the time, is that they make bets, they push out bets which bear no relationship to the shit they're in, and they don't press winning streaks, and they don't respond correctly to losing streaks. And yes, you might say that it's a matter of opinion, but after a certain point, it ceases to be a matter of opinion because they're proved wrong. It's that simple. Is that it? No, I think we're still down, so I think we need to do that again and again and again. Thank you. About bloody time. +1. Oh, that was a fancy one. +1. Both sides get them. That's a double for the tie. That's a double down. Oh, that was a lucky double down too, wasn't it? We are actually getting some very nice cards right now. That needs to be noted. Yeah, I was watching a thing not long ago where the dealer was catching absolute crap, could not get a hand. And that happens, you know? I think we're on 2-3, aren't we? Third. Okay, back to the min. Double for the loss. 1-2, third. Good enough. Minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. Double down. Bummer. Double for the tie. Because it's 100 or less. Oh. Bugger. Okay, so that's like 2-3, I think. 5-6, third. Maybe. No, it was a definite win, that. A well-timed natural. Like it very much. Yeah, I just keep throwing these things up on YouTube, and there's too many of them. But on the other hand, nobody can accuse me of not following the advice in the name of the channel, which is practice makes profit. It's a double for the tie. That was sure to be shit. So that's 2-3 now. Second only. We'll take it. All right, you're allowed one when it's a cheap one, Mr. Wiz. Bugger. That's 51, isn't it? And that's a repeat. Okay, so the decks left are down to 210. And we're doubling for the tie. There we are. Okay, so at the end of the first shoe, we're plus 3,300. And and if you're sitting out there somewhere, whoever you are, thinking to yourself, yeah, but this is just a simulation, it's not the real game. Play the damn thing, because you will find that if you bet the way you usually bet against this game, you will suffer the fate you usually face, which is getting your ass kicked. Whereas if you use progressive betting and specifically pattern betting, you will kick the wizard's ass. Okay, so back to the minimum, start of a new shoe. Double for the loss. Yeah, the last shoe was really soft. 1-2 third. That's a double down. That worked. Okay, minimum. +1. We'll take them. We'll take a natural any time. Will we get 3 in a row, maybe? 3 in a row is best I've managed. Don't think I've ever seen more than 3 in a row on either side. Well, that didn't work. That's a repeat. So that's 2-3 third. 5-3 drop. 5-3 it is. We only lost a quarter that time, so. So that's 8-6, right? 8-6 second. 1-2. No, 2-3. Oh, nice try. 5-6. 11-12. We're going to run away from this one if we have to. Oh, we do have to. So that's 2.5, 1.5. And on the plus side, we have to do our thing here. We are on the plus side. We got 26, 5, 1, 3, and on the other side we got minus 25,000, which is the marker. So I'm going to run away at 13 minutes, just under 13 minutes. I didn't want to do it, did it? There we go. So it's 2.5, 1.5 minimum. Alexa, stop. So 2.5, 1.5 is the bet. So that's 1-2 then, isn't it? Oh! Oh! 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Could be it going into the stratosphere now. 7, 8. Third. Oh boy. Well, we made a shitload of money there. Because that was an 8,000 double down. So, that's unusual, let's face it. But it happens. It happens. Just watch Mr. Handpay. The problem with Jason is that he bets a very, very narrow spread, from 500 to basically 500 to 5,000. Every so often he goes completely gaga, tilts, as he likes to say, and bets a stupid amount of money. But in the last thing of his that I watched, he had a $5,000 bet and a $5,400 bet. The 5,000 he had to double down, and he won that. The 5,400 he also won, and at the end of the day he came out less than 10,000 ahead. And he's acting like the cat that got the cream, when in fact it was just those two hands two separate hands with probably, I don't know, 30, 40 hands in between that saved his arse. So, it's fascinating to watch, really. Anyway, was there clear that and go back to the min. And that might be tricky at the same table, but it does not matter. Double for the loss. One, two, third. There we are, back to the minimum. Double for the loss. Repeat. That's probably good. I will stand on my natural, yes. Back to the min. Double for the loss. I pressed the wrong tip there. One, two, third. Whoa! Sneaky one. One, two, third, 3, 2, drop. That looks to me like 5-2. 5-2 it is. Okay, I think I must be hearing things. I thought I heard a bang on the door. 7-4. Now it becomes 7-8 for the tie. Oh boy. Okay, so 15-8, which is 1.5, 1 drop. Okay, so 1.5, 1 is the bet. Oh boy, here we go again. Okay, 1.5, 1, so that's 3.5, 4 second, isn't it? Getting up there. Oh God. That is cruel, don't you think? I mean, look at that. That is cruel. So all we can do is repeat it. Ah. It's much better when you win those things than when you lose them, for sure. Oh dear, that was mean. Okay, that's a repeat, I think. That was robbery. 51 second. Repeat. Wow, that's a lucky one. Okay, minimum. Plus 1. 51 second. 2, 3 third. Ouch! 5-3 drop. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? 5-3 it is. 1, 2, 3. Double down. We got our money back, so and we got our target, so we dropped back to the minimum. Double for the loss. One, two, third. That'll do. Minimum. That'll do, pig. That won't do. Double for the loss. Yeah, that deserved to win, didn't it? Repeat. $51 second, double down. I think we just made that one, didn't we? Yeah, back to the min. I mean, all these games, you just have to play sensibly, consistently, without having to make any decisions. That's really the secret to these things. Oh, I get a fluke and he gets a better fluke. Ratbag. Okay, what was that? That was 50. So that's 51 second, I think. I'm not sure. I'm so sort of look at that and bust by one again. So that's 2 3 third, I think. We'll take that. Minimum. Bugger. Double for the tie. Sorry, push. That was another clever one up there, wasn't it? So that's 51 second. 2 3 third again. 5 3 drop. We might have to go into another shoe here. 5 3 drop. So 5 3 it is. 8 6. Bugger. 14 15, which I'm going to bet because it's the first in a new shoe. There we go. Okay. I mean, this is a daft place to stop, but let's review here. 38,338 over here and minus 25,000 over there, which is 2 markers for 50,000 against us, and 64,850 on that side. So we made 14,850 in 23 minutes or less, which I count as a success. Some people might disagree. Hard to know what to do with these things, whether to just shove them up regardless. Because I only get 2 or 3 dozen hits, views at the most. But then I'm not selling nonsense. I'm not selling, sort of flash, pizzazz, jeopardy, silly bets. I'm selling the other side of the coin, which is, that if you're sensible and cautious and consistent and sober, that's the big challenge for a lot of gamblers, staying sober. And if you bet a strategy which takes decisions away from you so that, you don't have to run the risk of zigging when the cards or the shoe zags or whatever, or zagging when it zigs, all of that kind of thing. So, that's what it's about anyway. So I think I probably will put this one up because it's fairly dramatic. 14,850 in 23 minutes is pretty decent. And I know there are a lot of cynics out there, and I know there are a lot of people who don't believe that this simulation that is offered by the Wizard of Odds is fair and accurate. It absolutely is. None of the people who give it an honest try will have that attitude, I guarantee you. This thing up here, where it puts in the full result when it shouldn't, that is annoying, requiring you to remember to stand on your natural is also annoying, but everything else is beautiful. It really is very well done. So from now on, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put these things up, these blackjack sessions up. Normally there'll be 2 shoes. Normally there'll be less than 20 minutes. And I will put the Baccarat apprenticeship cheat sheet up here on the right-hand side. So I will see you next time, folks.